Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Well, we go to the sixth inning, and unfortunately, you've missed a lot. It is a
Attention fans, your Northern Colorado Owlz making a call to the bullpen presented by Wisdom. Coming in relief is right-handed pitcher number 16, Carter Linton. Center fielder number 5, Braylon Skinner.
1985 White Sox Yankees. Carlton Fisk.
Yeah, get here. Get here.
Test, test, test. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Half here is tremendous. A-plus effort. Really good folks. Really work their tails off to make sure that we can get on YouTube live, but it's no fault of theirs to conduct a professional webcast, and because of that, the wireless is very shaky here. So bottom of the sixth inning, Garrett Kieber has just drawn a walk from Noah Lewis, and now it's Damon Maynard who takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. So Kieber the runner at first. The score is 9-5, now 9-7. Testing 1 2 1 2.
Handing out a little bit of sweat.
All right, on we go to the seventh inning in a 9-7 lead for the Yolo High Wheelers. Doug Greenwald with you, and we'll just try to recap everything as we go along here, because this has not been as I said, very productive in terms of the technology of things here. But I guess there are worse things in life, so anyway. A 9-7 lead. Brandon Mitchell started for the Yolo High Wheelers. He went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs all earned. He walked 4, struck out 2, offered a wild pitch. Chris England today for Yolo, 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks and a strikeout. Noah Lewis, a third of an inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts, allowed 1 home run. Now the first pitch to Braden Blackford is inside ball 1 from Carter Linton. 1 ball, no strikes. Linton is the third Owlz pitcher this afternoon. Now he came on last inning. Blackford, Figueredo, and Smith, 5, 6, and 7. And the pitch to Blackford is driven high in the air to deep center field. Gomez goes back at the wall, and it is gone. So Braden Blackford, who mentioned he's had some struggles on this, at least Colorado portion of the road trip, but he leaves the yard here, and the High Wheelers do get a run back. Now 10-7 Yolo. So Braden Blackford ends up going deep. Home run for Blackford is his 11th, and it's his 44th run batted in. He scored 3 runs today. He's got a couple of hits. He's also walked. And now it's Alejandro Figueredo. He's 1 for 2, an RBI single and a run scored. As Carter Linton comes set, 10-7 Yolo. And Figueredo, this one foul. Right side, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Home run allowed by Carter Linton is the 12th he has given up this year. By the way, for Yolo, that is hit number 11. And the home run by Blackford. First home run since for him since the series at Oakland a couple of weeks ago. And the pitch to Figueredo, and that's driven high in the air into right field. To his left toward the line is the right fielder, Euro Diaz, and he makes the catch. And Figueiredo is out, so one down. And now Tanner Smith, who had a 3-run homer in the 5th, comes up. Again, that was, unfortunately, we were having struggles, and of all times, to have a 7-run inning. That was one of them. Tanner Smith, though, a 3-run homer, part of a 7-run, 6-hit 5th inning for the High Wheelers. They lead this game 10-7 as Tanner is swinging a foul at the plate 0-1. Tanner's the 2nd home run of the series. Smith today's got 4 RBIs. So Tanner Smith, 4 RBIs. It's the most he's had in a game this year. He's got now 6 homers and 37 runs batted in. With Banks on deck and Carter Linton kicks and delivers, and that's taken low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike now. So 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Tanner Smith. And Linton deals, and Smith takes that, bounces to the backstop, ball 2. And the count moves now to 2 balls and 1 strike from Linton. 6.45 ERA, 36th appearance, all out of the bullpen. His record is at 3-2. He does have 1 save. Got the win here, the first game of the series. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count with 1 out. 10-7 Yolo, top of the 7th on this sun-filled Sunday from Northern Colorado. As Smith takes, and that's a strike called on the outside corner. And the count moves now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Yolo with 3 homers this afternoon. Gonzalez in the 4th, Smith in the 5th, and now Blackford here in the 7th. But all have been against different pitchers. Smith swings and taps this ball toward the second base bag. To his left, the shortstop Kieber. And his Soto Perez at first retires Smith. 2 down. Northern Colorado's had 3 pitchers today, and all have given up a home run. Tyndall, Kaminer, and Linton. Mark Tyndall, the Northern Colorado starter, 4 1/3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs all earned. He walked 2, struck out 3, hit a batter, allowed a homer, and offered 2 wild pitches. The second Northern Colorado pitcher, Brandon Kaminer, 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 4 runs all earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and he allowed a home run. Meanwhile, the count is a 1 ball and no strikes to Banks, who's 2 for 3, a double and an infield hit. 10-7 10-7 Yolo, top of the 7th inning, and Linton, who grew up in Kingsport, Tennessee, on the eastern part of the state, delivers, and that's low and in, ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes to count from. And we have certainly a play to tell you about as Linton misses inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. We'll talk about one of the crazy double plays that I've ever seen, but unfortunately, because we were having some audio difficulties, we were unable to give it to you. The last pitch was overturned from a strike to a ball. So the count's at 3 balls and no strikes. Northern Colorado had challenged that one. So 3 balls and no strikes. And Carter Linton delivers. And that's down the middle for a strike. So the count now at 3 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1 the count from Linton, who's had some time in the Braves system. And Banks 2 for 3 today, and the 3-1 pitch, and that is low inside, ball 4. So Kirkland Banks, he draws a walk. And that is the second walk allowed by Carter Linton, and now Angel Mendoza will dig in. And Mendoza hit twice in that 7-run 5th. He was hit with a pitch, and then was picked off, and then he struck out looking in the inning. So here's a rarity. That's something you would see very often. I mean, it's rare, you hit around and a guy makes 2 outs in 1 inning. That happens from time to time. But Mendoza's, he fouls one off right side, strike 1-0-1. Mendoza made 2 outs in 1 inning, one being picked off, and the other making it out of the plate as a strikeout victim. So, no balls and 1 strike to count. Banks at first, being held on by Perez. 10-7 Yolo. We are in the top half of the 7th inning from Four Rivers Equipment Stadium. And Linton from the set delivers in a swing and a miss at a fastball. Strike 2. So the count's at no balls and 2 strikes from Linton. Fastball, changeup, and a slider. 3rd year in the Pioneer League for Linton, who, albeit in 2022, was just in several games with Great Falls, but was here all of last year as he deals. Mendoza swings late at a fastball, misses strike 3. And he is out. 3rd strikeout for Linton. Home run by Blackford. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. And a runner left. Stretch time from Northern Colorado. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Yolo. Well, stretch time here as we go to the bottom of the 7th, 10-7 Yolo. And Jack Zalaski out there as Euro Diaz has taken the first 2 pitches. One's been a ball, one's been a strike. So 1-1 the count. It's Diaz, Scavato, and Perez, 5, 6, and 7. And the Yolo lead is at 10-7 as Perez swings and fouls onto the plate, strike 2. So the count's a 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Lasky deals and Perez takes, and that's strike 3 on the inside corner. And he is down on strikes. Diaz is out, I should say. Diaz, 3rd time he has struck out. First strikeout for Zalaski, 1 down. We are in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and the lead is 10-7 Yolo. And now it's Scavato. He's got 3 hits today, 3 singles, a run scored, and he's got 2 RBIs. And Zalaski delivers a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Well, Scavato was involved with crazy play I was telling you about, and unfortunately we were off the website. Is the pitch on the way. Strike 2 on the inside corner, 0-2. Scavato, RBI single in that 2-run 5th inning. He was at first base, and Santiago at the time was at second. And Perez hit a ball up the gap with the bases loaded in left center field. 1 run had scored, but then Santiago and Scavato each had to hold up in case the ball was caught. And they were pretty much, Scavato was right on the heels of the of Santiago. Scavato lines one to right, but to his right to get there to make the catch is Tanner Smith. And that's the second out here in the bottom half of the seventh inning. The lead is 10-7 in favor of Yolo. And the throw went from the left fielder Gonzalez to the shortstop Holt to the catcher Mendoza. As I mentioned, the runners are right, one right in front of the other. Santiago is tagged out to the plate, and then Mendoza saw Scavato coming, and he tagged out Scavato for one of the wackiest double plays you'll ever see, even though there was an RBI as part of that with one run scoring. Pitch is high outside of Perez, ball 1-0, so Perez got credit for an RBI double as part of that. He doesn't get charged for hitting into a double play. Swings, and he drives this one deep to right field, and this ball's gone. Just sneaked over the right field wall. Home run, Danny Perez, and it's now 10-8 Yolo. Second hit, second RBI of the afternoon for Perez. Sixth home run for Perez, 20 RBIs now. And Jack Zelaski is finally touched upon for a run. And I hadn't gotten to this yet, but Jack Zelaski coming into today, 11 straight outings without allowing an earned run. A span of 11 and a third innings. And that is finally over on the home run by Perez. Zelaski came on in the sixth and then got the final two outs. A 10-foot wall all the way around. Meanwhile, we're going to have a pinch hitter for Northern Colorado. And it's going to be Jacob McCaskey, who we normally see as a pitcher. But remember, we've talked about him. He's a two-way player. He's also an infielder. So McCaskey pinch hits for Kieber. And Zelaski's pitch, changeup, swing and a miss, strike one. No balls and one strike. And we could see Kieber right back in at shortstop. Meanwhile, it's 10-8. Yolo, bottom of the seventh, and McCaskey swinging and missing a fastball, strike two. And the count's at no balls and two strikes. McCaskey's average is at 280. He does have a homer and 7 runs batted in, and he's also pitched in 28 games this year. So no balls and two strikes the count. Oh, and 2 the count, and the pitch, and McCaskey fouls one off left side. No balls and two strikes for Zelaski. That is the third home run he's given up this year. Again, 10-foot wall all the way around here at Four Rivers Equipment Stadium. 10-8 Yolo. And the pitch, and McCaskey swings, and he pops this one up. Foul ground, third base side, and it's going to be the shortstop in Travis Holt who makes the catch. The third baseman Banks, the shortstop Holt, but the shortstop Holt in foul ground, hauling it in. And that ends the seventh. A run, a hit, the homer by Perez, no errors, and nobody left. We move to the eighth, 10-8. Yolo leading Northern Colorado on YouTube Live.
Probably my first real kind of barbecue. It was unbelievable. Think about it all.
Moving along to the 8th inning, and we have a new battery. Well, Northern Colorado does. It's the all-Reese battery. Reese Miller is the new pitcher. Reese Yergin is the new catcher. Garrett Kieber remains in the game at shortstop, or comes back into the game at shortstop after he was lifted for the pinch hitter McCaskey. Top of the Yolo order for the 5th time for the center fielder Braylon Skinner, as he takes the first 2 pitches for a strike. So quickly 0-2 to Skinner. Then it's Holt and Leday to face Reese Miller. So Reese Miller is capital R-E-E-S-E. The new catcher, Reese Yergin, is capital R-E-E-C-E. Miller, who just joined the Owlz, deals in the 0-2, swing and a miss. Fastball in the outer half of the plate, strike 3. 3rd time today Skinner has struck out. So first strikeout for Reese Miller. 1 down, so 10-8 in favor of Yolo. And now it's Travis Holt who will come to the plate. Face Reese Miller. So mentioned Kieber comes back into the ball game. Still sounds strange to say in baseball. It's the pitch here, and that's popped up foul. Right side, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. So Miller does the pitching. Well, the new catcher is Yergin. Capital Y-E-A-R-G-A-I-N. As Miller deals, and that's taken inside ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. So, as I said, Miller just signed here a few days ago. 4th pitcher today for Northern Colorado. Kicks in the 1-1. And that's strike 2 called on the outside corner. 1-2. Carter Linton worked 2 innings. Gave up 1 hit. 1 run, which was earned. Walked 2. Struck out 3 and allowed a home run. Miller comes back in the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Holt is down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Reese Miller. 2 down. Yergin will ban the 9th spot. So Reese Yergin wears number 14. He bats in the 9th hole. And now here is Bobby Leday, who is 1 for 4, single and a run scored. And the pitch to Leday, and that's a called strike on the inside corner. And the count is at no balls and 1 strike from Reese Miller. Fastball, slider, changeup, and a curveball. 3rd appearance for Miller, all in this series, as he misses inside for a ball. 1-1. Miller spent 3 years at Division II West Texas A&M. That's in Canyon, Texas, about maybe half an hour south of Amarillo. Originally from Dayton, Texas, which is by Houston. So we're going all over the state. I'm talking about Reese Miller, who is 24 years old, 6'2", 205 pounds. Leday, who is also from Houston, waits. And the 0-2 pitch. And he swings and misses, strike 3. And out is Leday. So Reese Miller strikes out the side in order. So 1, 2, 3 go the High-Wheelers. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. And Yolo will have a new pitcher when we get back with the score. Yolo 10 and Northern Colorado 8. Connor Langrell will come on to do the honors in a moment on YouTube Live. Heading to the bottom of the 8th inning, Yolo 10 and Northern Colorado 8, and Connor Langrell on to do the pitching. So that's now 9 straight times whenever Jack Zalaski has pitched, Connor Langrell has pitched. Connor, a 2.14 ERA. He's 1-1, 29th appearance, all out of the bullpen. So he and Zalaski now, once again, co-lead the team in appearances. Langrell has 4 saves. First pitch to Reese Jurgen is fouled to the plate, strike 1. No balls and a strike. It's Jurgen, and the top of the Northern Colorado order for the left fielder George and Gomez after that. So 9-1-2 as Jurgen takes up an in-ball 1. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike to Jurgen from the Washington, D.C. area and Randolph-Macon College. 1 ball, 1 strike. 10-8 Yolo, and the pitch, and Jurgen swings. And he lines one to short, and that's caught by Holt. A step to his left. Nice play there by the shortstop, Travis Holt. And Jurgen is retired, 1 down. Jurgen coming in, 324 with 4 homers and 16 runs batted in. And now for the 5th time this afternoon, Northern Colorado will go to the top of its order for the left fielder, Henry George. Well, George, 2-run homer his last time. He's 1 for 3. Langrell delivers, and that's a strike called on the outside corner. And the count is a no balls and 1 strike from Langrell. Normally pitches in either the 8th or the 9th. Either as a setup guy or the closer as he misses outside for a ball, 1-1. So Langrell last worked here on Thursday, went 1 inning with a strikeout, kept the game tied, sent it to the knockout round, but the knockout round was won by Northern Colorado. It was the 1-1 pitch up and away, ball 2. 2-1. So Langrell, in his last 9 games, he's worked a total of 10 shutout innings and has 12 strikeouts within that span. 2 balls, 1 strike. He delivers, and George takes, and that is a strike at the knees, 2-1, or 2 balls and 1 strike.
After review, the pitch is overturned to a ball. Al's challenge was successful. They have up to 4 remaining.
So 2 balls and 1 strike from Langrell, 22 years old, 6'4", 230 pounds. And Langrell, who's been exclusively out of the bullpen, he's been here all season with the High Wheelers. The 3-1. And George swings, ground ball, second base, right at Bobby Leday, and he will throw to Blackford at first. And George is out, 2 down. And now here is Dario Gomez. That's a big second out because obviously there's nothing Gomez can do to tie the game here. Langrell, 4 and a 2-seam fastball, a cutter, a curveball, and a changeup. For Langrell. And Gomez 2 homers here the other night. He's got 7 RBIs over his last 2 games. And he is 1 for 4 today, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike to Gomez with Jimenez on deck. And Gomez is swinging and missing a breaking ball. Quickly strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. So big difference in the game. That 7-run 5th inning for the High Wheelers. So no balls, 2 strikes the count with 2 out. And the kick and the pitch. And that misses low, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count. Langrell, I guess this is maybe one of the few states he didn't live as a younger one. The 1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called inside corner. And Gomez is out. Langrell, a perfect 8th with a strikeout. Nothing across onto the 9th. 10-8, Yolo leading Northern Colorado on YouTube Live. 1985, Yankees had two guys thrown out just like that.
Yeah.
It was like Bobby Meacham and Dale Berra. Carlton Fisk tagged both.
Norton Fisk was the catcher.
Yep.
Right. That's what the guys were talking about,
Yeah,
too.
same play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although the PA guy had it wrong at the end when he said nobody was left on. Well, one guy was left on. It was the guy that got
The guy
the
got
hit.
the ball.
Yeah. So.
Jose Gonzalez.
See, if Coots wasn't at a wedding, that wouldn't happen. On we go to the ninth inning. Dutch Landis, his third appearance of the series, so he comes on to do the pitching. A league best 9 saves, and Jose Gonzalez leads it off for the Yolo High Wheelers. Reese Miller, one perfect inning in the 8th, and he struck out all of them. Struck out 3. High Wheeler batters have come on to strike out 11 times this afternoon, including Jose Gonzalez, but he's done enough other damage with a RBI, with a solo homer and a 2-run single, as Landis pours in the first 2 pitches for strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes. So Gonzalez, Blackford, and Figueredo, and might not be a bad idea to have a couple of more runs right here if you're the High Wheelers. There's the next pitch inside, ball 1 to Gonzalez. 1-2 the count. So 1 down.
Number 7, Braden Blackford.
And now it's Braden Blackford who homered his last time. And the pitch to Blackford is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. And the count is no balls and a strike. Blackford, home run went out to center field his last time, and he swings and grounds this ball to center field, a base hit. So Blackford been trying to snap out of a rather massive slump, but he's got 3 hits today. Been on base now 4 times. He has scored 3 runs. So Blackford 4 for 33 within the Colorado portion of this road trip. Has himself a hit. That's the 11th hit for the High Wheelers. Actually, it's a 12th hit for Yolo. Let me correct that. 12 hits now for Yolo. And now it's Figueredo who comes up. And the pitch on the way is outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. I want to know the count. Figueredo 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a run scored. He's also walked. And the pitch is inside for a ball. So 10-8 Yolo on the pitch, and Figueredo takes outside for a ball. So now 3 balls and no strikes. I think they still have 11 hits up there because remember the crazy play in the what inning was it? It was Banks in the 4th inning. Ball that he hit up the middle that went as an infield single. I think the scoreboard thought that was a fielder's choice. It wasn't. As Figueredo looks inside, ball 4. So Figueredo draws another walk, 12th walk of this road trip for Figueredo. So Blackford up to second. Figueredo walks for the 2nd time today. And now it's 1st and 2nd with 1 out. And Tanner Smith, who's had a 4 RBI day, 2 for 4 RBI double, 3-run homer. He digs in. Face Dutch Landis, whose given name is Dutch. 35th appearance, all out of the bullpen. A 3-2 record. Again, a Pioneer League best 9 saves. ERA at 3.12. And now David Glancy is going to come in and pinch run for Figueredo at first base.
Pitch running for the
So Glancy to pinch run at first. So runner at second is Blackford. Glancy is at first base, and now it's Tanner Smith with 1 out and 2 on, and a 10-8 Yolo advantage. Top of the ninth, and the pitch on the way to Smith, and that runs inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, the next pitch, and that's taken for a strike on the inside corner. So Yolo unsuccessful on that challenge. And the count is a 1 ball and 1 strike. So 10 runs, in which would be 12 hits for Yolo with 1 error. 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Northern Colorado. Runners lead at first and second, and Landis delivers. And Smith is swinging a foul to the screen. And the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 and 2 the count. Runners at first and second. And the pitch, and Smith takes, and that is high, ball 2. And the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, there's some debate, I guess, regarding that. I was texting with the scorekeeper, and I know it was more of a question. Folks know me well enough. I do not get involved in anything in terms of any sort of a debate. It was just more of a question, was that a hit or not? And we're discussing the rule. That's all that is. As Smith takes outside, and that is ball 3. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Probably something that Billy Horton and obviously the manager on the other side, Frank Gonzalez, would discuss, because those are the ones who ultimately would have a discussion about that. But the scorekeeper did bring up an interesting point. Runners at first and second, a 3-2 to Smith, and he swings and drives one high in the air to deep left field, and this ball is gone, and Tanner Smith, that's his second 3-run homer this afternoon. Those are the insurance runs the High-Wheelers needed. Now 13-8 Yolo, and Tanner Smith has a 7 RBI afternoon. So the 7 RBIs for Smith, and that matches the most by a High-Wheeler this year. 3rd High-Wheeler to have a 7 RBI game. As to Perez at first, 15, and did. Thirteen to 9, Yolo. And the pitch on the way to Perez. First 2 pitches have been called strikes. So Northern Colorado down to its last strike in the 0-2 pitch, and Perez takes low, ball 1. And the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 and 2 the count. Perez a home run last time. He's 2 for 2, 2 walks, RBI double, and a solo homer. And Perez swings and a foul to the backstop to keep the game alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 and 2 the count. 13-9 Yolo. 1 and 2 the count. Perez a home run last. And the pitch, and Perez swings and foul tips one into the glove of the catcher. Mendoza, strike 3, and the ball game is over, as is this long afternoon. And Yolo gets out of here with a 13-9 win. We'll be back with, by the way, in the 9th inning for Northern Colorado, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and a run left. So final score today, Yolo 13 and Northern Colorado 9. I will be back with the final totals in just a moment. Final score here today, it was the Yolo High Wheelers 13 and the Northern Colorado Owlz 9. Here are the final totals, and I still have that ball by Banks being a hit, so we're going to go with that. Going down to 35 and 35 on the year, and in the second half come up, go down to 12 and 12. So for Yolo, 13 runs on 13 hits. There was one error, and Yolo leaves 5. For the Northern Colorado Owlz, now 42 and 29 overall and 14 and 10 in the second half. 9 runs on, let's see here, 2, 8, 10, 11, 12 hits. So 9 runs, 12 hits. There were no Northern Colorado errors, and the Owls leave 7. I'm not sure who they're going to give the win to. You know what? I am not sure because scorer's discretion is going to factor the winner because Brandon Mitchell only went 4 innings, so we're going to have to wait. My guess is it's going to be Chris Anglin because he was the second pitcher in. But anyway, not sure yet who the winning pitcher is for the Yolo High Wheelers. But anyway, the High Wheelers do win it. The losing pitcher is Mark Tyndall of the Northern Colorado Owlz. And for Tyndall, he drops to 4 and 5. The time of the was 3 hours and 10 minutes. And again, Northern Colorado does not announce the attendance here. So the heavy hitters today for the Yolo High Wheelers, a game that was 0-0 going to the 4th, but then Yolo scored twice in the 4th. Left fielder Jose Gonzalez, a solo homer with 1 out. It was his 15th of the year, a team high. And then later in the inning, RBI double for Tanner Smith. And then in the 5th inning, Yolo, after Northern Colorado scored 3 in the 4th, then Yolo scored 7 in the 5th to obviously break the game wide open. And that chased Tyndall from the game. A 2-run single by the left fielder Jose Gonzalez, who had 3 RBIs today, now an 8-game hitting streak. Braden Blackford had a bunt single. Alejandro Figueiredo, the designated hitter, an RBI single. Tanner Smith, a 3-run homer. And then the High Wheelers added a run in the 7th on a home run for Braden Blackford, his 11th of the year. And then Tanner Smith in the 9th, another 3-run homer. So Smith now 6 home runs this year, 7 RBIs today, give him 40 on the year. And Yolo would go on and win by a count of 13-9. Brandon Mitchell today, 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs all earned, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a wild pitch. Chris Anglin, 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks and a strikeout. Noah Lewis, a third of an inning, 1 walk. No strikeouts, a homer allowed. Jack Zalaski, inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run earned, no walks, a strikeout. He allowed a home run. And for Zalaski, it's the first run he has allowed, first earned run he's allowed in after 11 games without allowing a run, an earned run that is. Connor Langrell, 1 perfect inning, the 8th with a strikeout, and Ty Buckner, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and a home run allowed. Northern Colorado, Evan Scavato led the way for them, the third baseman, 4 for 4, 4 singles, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Danny Perez, a home run today. Garrett Keeber, the shortstop, a 2-run single in the 4th, a walk and a run scored. Mark Tyndall, the Northern Colorado starter, 4 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs all earned, 2 a homer and 2 wild pitches. Brandon Kaminer, 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 4 runs all earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts, a homer allowed. Carter Linton, 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, a homer allowed. Reese Miller, 1 inning, 1 perfect inning, the 8th with 3 strikeouts, and Dutch Landis worked the 9th. Went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and gave up a home run. And that was that here this afternoon. Just checking to see if they have posted on the box score here who the winning pitcher was. Just want to try and confirm. As I said, my guess is going to be Anglin on the win, but just never know who we can find here. Maybe the coach's view box score, but anyway, the High Wheelers do win it today by a count of 13-9. So at least Yolo takes 2 out of 4. They go 6-6 this year here in Windsor. And now we'll set the scene for Tuesday night. Tomorrow is off, and then we'll have the call for you. 5:30, we'll start the YouTube live feed from Spazio Stadium in Grand Junction. Right-hander Ben Ferrer will get the baseball for Yolo with a 6-3 record. And we'll talk to you again at 5:30 Pacific time there. So that will do it for this afternoon. And again, the final score here today, it was Yolo 13 and Northern 9. And that will be that here this afternoon. Well, I think we're going to go with Chris Englund with the win. So if that's the case, the win goes to Chris Englund because he was the next pitcher in. And for Englund, his record is now 2-0. Final score, Yolo 13 and Northern Colorado 9. Doug Greenwald saying so long from Windsor, Colorado.